Hey, everybody. We are going to talk about reality therapy today. And again, we're talking about applied. How do we actually apply some of these theories and techniques? And so I'm grateful for you tuning in. And if it's helpful, please subscribe and tell a friend. But with reality therapy, and this comes from choice theory, and William Glasser is the founder and the theorist on this. And ultimately, he was kind of frustrated with trying to use psychoanalysis with folks that had pretty significant behavioral problems, and started kind of developing this theory to work with folks. So it really has a lot of applicability to working with folks with behavioral issues, substance abuse, hostility, and perhaps maybe because sometimes that can sum up adolescence. We see this used with kind of middle through high school, but even young adult, and I think it's got some nice implications. Just so a couple of the applicable things to keep in mind. Basic needs, so according to Glasser, we're born with their innate basic needs that we are trying to meet, and they're on a continuum, but that if we're not meeting them, then there tends to be dysfunction. Okay. And so one acronym you can use here is peanut butter French fries for power. How are we getting this need met? Which is, feeling efficacious, feeling like what we do, that we can make things happen when we need to, get things done in our life when we need to. Belonging, sometimes love, peanut butter, belonging, we do feel, and we may be a loner, okay, because I'm going to do a video on loners. It's something that I think's gotten a bad rap. The loner's not an outcast, but we still do like to feel like we have community, and however we define that, okay, you can still be a loner and still like you have community when you need that. Fun, how do we get our fun met? And I would say with fun, I'd also put creativity in there. Carl Jung talked a lot about that. This just that when we start creating, whatever that is for us, music or art or writing or humor, whatever it is that's when we kind of get out of the mind and we allow this natural healing tendency to happen. So it's a basic need. And freedom, to feel like, hey, we do have the ability to take action and to pursue goals and to pursue, the education we want, the career we want, and the friends we want. So we're not just completely bound to others' expectations. Freedom's important. And then survival, of course. And this is really important. I always think of Maslow's hierarchy of needs when we're working with clients is, hey, let's not be talking about self-actualization types of things when somebody's hungry or they need medicine and can't afford it or they need shelter and so forth. But that is getting to the basic survival needs that we all have. And so one thing that can be done, and I've got a video on this, you can take a look at it under reality therapy, is just having people assess each one of these and where they fall. Yeah, I like to do it on a continuum. If we were to do all of these on a continuum from low to high, where would they fit with each one of these? And then we process it and we discuss it. It's the listening to people, being curious about people as to what helps and heals. And one day we'll have instruments that measure that. I've got an instrument that supposedly is measuring chakra, but even if it was just biofeedback, being able to show people that when we truly get together with somebody with the intention of healing and somebody's listening, that has so much power. So it's not like we got to solve things or set goals like, okay, you're low on belonging. Let's set a goal. I don't mean to sound condescending, but what I do want to say is that I do feel the longer you're in the profession, the less you're interested in goals, unless it's the client's goals. Okay. If it's the client's goals and it's drive from them and they're wanting to work towards something, absolutely, we're going to work with that. But I see too many young counselors or new counselors like, well, let's get to goal setting, let's set SMART goals and all that. And let people do that. And a lot of counseling can just be tea kettle counseling, as I talked about in the person centered. It may have even been the existential. People just need to come to somebody who listens and it's confidential and just get all that stuff out, get the steam out. Okay. So there doesn't need to be goals. They just need somebody to talk to who's professional and it's confidential. Okay. So this is one thing that we can do using peanut butter French fries to help people assess, process, see where they want to go, and how they might meet needs a little bit better, if that's their desire based on stage of change. All right. I've got a video on stage of change, but we'll talk more about that too. All right. So then the next thing with this is WDEP, the acronym for wants. What is it you really want? Okay. What is it you really want? And so they would talk about this in choice theory, which is the theory behind reality therapy, of what are your goals? What's in your quality world? What would be ideal for you? And so, just helping people, this is really, I think, about values, is helping people identify what is it they truly value and what would be ideal for them in terms of education, career, what would their social life be like, and so forth, but really spending some time. This may be the only place you go in therapy, is helping people identify what it is they really want. Once that's identified, the D is, all right, what are you doing to get there? Okay. And so we can start talking about behaviors and so forth. And if you have folks with behavior problems, they may find, hey, it's not my value to be in prison or to be in rehab all the time, but I'm doing stuff that gets me there. So we can just kind of talk and process this. And this naturally flows the evaluation of WDEP is, so is that working for you? Is what you're doing working for you to get to what you truly value? And it's what you value. It's not what society wants from you or what your parents want from you or what all that kind of stuff. It's what do you truly want? And then the next thing, if needed, is helping them develop a plan. Okay. And this needs to be collaborative. Okay. If this is just coming from you, my experience is it's not going to really go far. Clients are not going to act on it. Okay. So this needs to be collaborative. Now, one thing I have not mentioned in this, and I think it's a key feature, and I don't hear it talked about in other theories, and I love this about reality therapy, is you never, ever give up on clients. You always help them recognize the reality of what they're getting ready to do. I mean, if what they're saying is, hey, I'm going to continue using substances or continue with behavioral problems, you help them recognize what the consequences are, but you do it without judgment. Okay, this theory is you never give up because you believe in the inherent power of this person and that they will get there when they need to, if they need to. Not all who wander are lost. Okay, people in graduate school like yourself or whatever are, you've got these goals and you want to, reach self-actualization, but man, everybody's different. We all walk our own paths and we need to recognize that. And if you're one of these like, oh, I got to get you into goals and all that stuff, look back at the Cartman drama triangle. Are you a rescuer? Because if you're sitting there rescuing, you're sending the message to people that they're not capable. Yeah, I know that's not what you mean, but that is what you're saying. So pay attention to this. I think reality therapy has a lot of just really nice techniques that can be used with a lot of different people, but particularly folks when we're looking at behavioral issues. All right, good people. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you on the next video.